Hello friends and welcome back to one of our final reports. This time a Women Final Bouldering Championship 2019 here from Japan, Hachioji. Sorry, not here, I'm in Berlin, but here, this happened in Japan. Feel free to check out the qualification rounds. You might find a link here in this box. I hope it works. Feel also free to support me on Patreon. It makes it a little bit easier for me to make more videos, spend more time with the videos, and just leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know what you think of this round. Don't switch off after the last bowler. I will let you know what I think of this final, because, spoiler, I'm not the biggest fan of this final round.
Enough talk!
Time to start the boulder talk in our first final with Shauna Coxsey, Miho Nonaka, Ievgeniia Kazbekova in her debut in a senior final, Nanako Kura, Akiyo Noguchi, and of course the one and only Janja Garnbret. And of course we could also see again which bowlers we are seeing next, which bowlers the climbers are climbing next. Yellow and blue holds, a lot of different companies. I see some Squadra Fichtels, I see some flat hold, E-grips bubble wrap, and a kilter hold here with a screw on it. A lot of holds have been used as volumes with screw-ons on them. Blue, yellow looks good, and we start with bowler number 1 and Shauna Coxsey from Great Britain. The bowler was tricky. Coordination move, which we see right here. First you had to push, and now you had to reach into this jug, and it's juggy way far back. It's not a real edgy jug, it's more or less a slopey jug, and the further you reach to the left, the earlier you tipped over the point of balance, the center of your gravity, and gravity pulled you to the left. Shauna was able to lift her left leg here and to slow the momentum and the swing to the left side. I think it's her third try, and after this we were able to see another push, this time a palm down roll over on your right hand. First to the zone, and then she had to bump again one more time with her left hand. And for this move she had to bump also with her right hand into the blue bubble wrap, which she did right here. And 3 tries, first top for Shauna Coxsey in the Boulder World Championship final of the women. 2 similar but still different palm down rollover moves in one boulder. As mentioned before, quite complex and powerful and tricky, not old school at all. Miho Nonaka had a couple of problems and was not able to do this move. Ievgeniia Kazbekova, on the other hand, managed to reach it with her right hand, lift her left foot. She didn't stomp with her left foot on the start hold, but she slowed down the movement because her left leg was already out on the left side. She continued to the zone, and she tried the bumping move as well. She tried to lift her right leg, didn't find a position. We can see that you have to bump now with the left hand, and what happens, you tip over the center of gravity and you have to bump with your right hand again. We've seen it already. She was unfortunately not able to send this boulder, and we try to see again what has to happen. As soon as she moves her left hand further to the right, she crosses this axis, the center of gravity. The rest of her body, her leg, her hips, her shoulders follow to the right, and she needs to find a point for her right palm. So she needs to bump it further to the right to create a new position of stability and to keep her body in a stable position to slow down the momentum. Unfortunately, this is not happening, which we can see here. She bumps now with the left hand. She doesn't bump, her body opens, and she doesn't bump with the right hand to stop the movement, and she falls down. Nanako Kura in her first final did not find a way to stick the first hold. She always had her legs on the right side, didn't move her left leg to the yellow hold on the left side to stop the momentum or to just slow it down in generally. Akiyo, on the other hand, did this quite well, which we see here. She's the most flexible climber. She's able to match her foot next to her hand and minimize the momentum and the swing which follows. We have seen how Shauna climbed it at the top. Akiyo, always looking for a stable position, found the place and space and time to lift her right knee, bump first with the right hand into the blue bubble wrap undercling, and then bump again with the left hand. So she kind of broke the move. Anyway, she needed a couple of tries, only 30 seconds left until she could climb this. Janja Garnbret, on the other hand, did the bump, which we can see one more time here, and we will see how her right hand follows further to the right to stop the momentum and kill the swing and make her climb boulder number 1 as well. Typical Janja move, making hard moves look really easy. Almost kicking the wall behind her back must be really strenuous and dangerous for her shoulder after a couple of years, I guess, because it looks really strenuous and risky for your shoulders. Anyway, leading in first position, Janja Garnbret with one top, followed by Akiyo and Shauna going into boulder number 2. Boulder number 2, another high complex, risky, dynamic, and again tricky boulder, not powerful at all. While the first one was maybe a little bit powerful, this one is similar in a different way. It needed a couple of tries to figure out how it works and what you had to do. And we will see what they tried and had to do. Jump to the left, use the side pull, the blue one, for a drive-by with the right hand. The right hand crosses over into the yellow first flat hold with a jib on it, and then you could either bump down, maybe bump again with the right hand or left hand, or just go yellow to yellow hold. Miho tried it with the left hand, bumping down again. Ievgeniia tried it a couple of times like this. She also tried to stop the momentum with a foot kick to the left, foot plant, and all in all, I have to say, spectacular boulder, good boulder, whether you like parkour or not. It's a boulder, it's complex, but honestly, I was utterly bored, really bored, and it wasn't exciting for me at all anymore, because it's just the first move. Nothing happened for 20 minutes. I was watching only some girls try the first move. Even Janja needed a couple of tries, that's a third try, until she stuck it. She decided not to use the bump with her left hand. She went straight from yellow to yellow, didn't even need the foothold on the left side to do the jump. But this again seemed a little bit like, okay, we are going to set something really spectacular, dynamic. Janja might be able to climb it, which she did. She needed a couple of tries and was the only one getting the zone and topping boulder number 2. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan of this boulder, nevertheless I should explain it. First, you swing into the wall and to the left. The side pull, the blue one, helps you to stay close to the wall and also to move the body close to the wall further to the left. Crossing over with the right hand guarantees your body to stay high once you reach the first yellow hold. From this point on, you just transfer and use the momentum to get to the left to the yellow kilter hold, match it with 2 hands, and that's how Janja did it, and stomp against the wall and kill the momentum and do the move. Well, once again, a pretty dominant Janja Garnbret, but we've seen in the semifinal that there's like one thing she's not as good sometimes as the others, which is slab climbing. Nanako and Ievgeniia were able to climb a slab in the semifinal, which Janja was not able to climb, and this boulder is also a slab. It's not a slow slab, similar to the one in the semifinals, but let's take a look. The crux is at the start again. It's not the first move, it's more or less the second move. So we see Shauna here. You need to transfer your weight to the left to reach the thumb pinch on the volume. We can see it right here. She's trying to go to the left, tries to swap feet and stay close to the right with her shoulder to be able to stick the move. What you had to do, Miho demonstrated it here. She was the first one able to stick the move with 1 minute left, so she needed a couple of tries, and then she continued to climb to the zone. From there, in this was the actual balancey and slow section, which was not that hard. Just lift the right foot, and out of this no hand rest position, you don't need a hold on the right side, just jumping to the top. And first top for Miho Nonaka in boulder number 3. We will freeze the frame as soon as they both hit the pinch. They are going to. Shauna's right leg is still a little bit further to the right side. She tries to stay as far as possible to the right and keep the balance, while Miho is a little bit quicker and faster. Her right leg is almost touching her left leg, and she's calculating the foot swap. She did the foot swap, and she also calculated that she needed to kick with her left leg a little bit higher, while Shauna on the left side didn't calculate the foot swap and wasn't looking for an opposing force, which is the black volume. So she was just smearing against the wall, which doesn't have any friction at all as well, and didn't find any point to help her stay close to the wall, and fell. Comeback for Miho into this final, and as mentioned before, Ievgeniia Kazbekova is also really good on a slab. She concentrated a little bit more to reach the pinch with 2 hands, and this provided her body with a higher position, and she kicked the black volume as well. And after this, finishing this boulder wasn't hard at all. I think they could have spiced it up a little bit, especially this slow slab ending is just like a little hop, a little jump, and I think they could have increased the difficulty there as well. On the other hand, no one else so far was able to do the first move, even though she stuck the foot. Akiyo needed a lot of time to get into the starting position, so only Janja was left. And what I meant before is Janja is good on slabs, but only if it's dynamic. Sometimes in a slow slab she is not that good. What she didn't do really good here is I think she read it wrong. She read it first as a left-right dynamic move, then she tried to catch the momentum like this only with her right foot, and then she ran out of time. And she was frustrated as well. You can see that she's clearly frustrated. I like that in a competitor, that they don't have a poker face, and she did unnecessary quick tries like this one. Anyway, she was not able to climb the slab. She didn't get the zone, but Akiyo wasn't able to climb the zone, and Shauna was not able to climb the zone, so Janja was still leading going into boulder number 4. Boulder number 4, we are still waiting for something powerful, not too dynamic, just a little bit of compression or crimpy, really powerful problem as mentioned before. And green blocks boards and blue holes, mixed holes. Shauna Coxsey came out, another dynamic move in this round, into this compression style little roof section on the left side of the wall, going into the zone hold, this volcano by HRT. And from this point on, it was a little bit like the style I was missing, a little bit burl, a little bit powerful. She tried to take a rest here, chalked up, because she's also climbing a lead, I guess, tomorrow. So she knows how to take a break on a good jug like this. But after this, she took a look, analyzed what she had to do, and moved out of this position. Unfortunately, the jug was really good, so you could reconsider what you did, reconsider your life, your climbing decisions, your shoes, your chalk, and whatever else you want to consider. After this, I speeded this up, fast forward, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, heel hook on the right and rock over. The first board is just an intermediate bump to the smaller board on the right side. Then somehow get your left foot into the pocket and launch and engage to the top hold. It looked powerful and burly, but it was nowhere as near as difficult as the other bowlers. Miho made it really easy to the top, and then she dropped the top move, was not able to climb to this part again. I think she had a couple of injuries this season, so this shows that she suffered a lot and is not back in her physical state of art which she was in before. Ievgeniia Kazbekova had a couple of problems at the start and was not able to do the jump, which shows one more time her like discrepancy, like her how good she is on a slab and on a word, and when it comes to crimps compared to the powerful stuff. Akiyo Noguchi, on the other hand, in her first try was able to send the jump, continued on these mini boards into the zone hold, and after this she topped out boulder number 4 in her first try. Flashing boulder number 4 put Janja Garnbret under a lot of pressure, because if she did not climb this boulder to the zone, she wouldn't become the world champion. So right now Akiyo is in first place. Remember, she never won the world championship before. She ended up 2 times in second place. But on the other hand, we've seen this boulder, and this boulder was not too hard. Janja Garnbret in her first try, jump easy peasy, solving this roof section with a toe and getting to the zone. And from this point on, Janja Garnbret did it again. She's back-to-back world champion 2018 and 2019. The upper section, as mentioned before, is not really hard, lifting the left foot and jumping to the top hold, and she knows it. 3 boulders topped, even though she didn't get the zone in boulder number 3, but every time she failed, Akiyo failed as well. But we were able to see that there's potential to catch up or to be better than Janja on a slab, maybe. Anyway, Boulder World Champion 2019, Janja Garnbret again.
Yeah, well, that's it. Janja won again. Who could have thought? But congratulations, of course, well deserved. What I liked on the one hand was that the round was really hard. Only 7 tops is maybe not enough. Maybe aiming more for 10, 11 or 12 would have been a little bit nicer. Because what I didn't like is that the difficulty was many times straight at the start and the beginning, so there wasn't that much climbing going on. It was always like start move, first boulder, start move, second boulder, of course only the start move, because no one was able to climb the second boulder except for Janja. Third boulder, not the start move, but essentially like the second move once you found the position. And fourth boulder, okay, the fourth boulder was way too easy on the other hand, in my opinion. What I also didn't like is the style of the boulders. Each boulder itself was pretty cool, really good. I didn't like is we have a tricky, complex dynamic in boulder number 1. Out of this world tricky, complex dynamic in boulder number 2. Another tricky, complex and quick movement as well. I'm also talking about not only how complex it is, also the speed. And the third boulder was dynamic, even though it was on a slab, and quick as well. And the fourth boulder had another quick